Well, thanks everybody for joining us today. Basically for our technical demonstration here in Stratford. So, just a little bit about me. My name is Michael Hawks. I'm the Field Operations Manager at Wightman. Basically, I look after the technicians that come into your homes and install and repair your services when needed. I've been in telecom for the last 15 years, and I've been with Wightman Telecom since 2011. So today on my agenda, I'm going to talk about basically who is Wightman, or basically what is Wightman, what is fiber optics, our delivery of service, our construction phase, installation phase, the services we offer, and if you guys have any questions for CSRs, you guys can see them afterwards. I will ask if you have any questions, we can answer all those at the end for you. So a little bit about Wightman Telecom. Wightman Telecom is one of Canada's leading premier telecommunications providers. We're an independent company. We're family run. We've been family run for the past 4 generations. We offer fiber to the home service in Stratford for phone, internet, TV, and mobility services. Well, obviously mobility comes off towers, not off direct fiber optics. We've been serving customers in residential and business settings since 1908. And like I said, we're a family-run business, and we offer, and we're very proud to say this, award-winning customer service. We're also involved in your community. We're the winner of the Stratford District Chamber of Commerce Innovation Award for our Fiber to the Home project. We're actively involved in your Chamber of Commerce, community events, sports teams, and other community groups as well. Stratford is the 10th community we have placed fiber to the home to. So it's not our first rodeo. Like I said earlier, Wightman's main delivery of providing telecommunications services to our customers is through our Fiber to the Home project. Fiber optics is the wave of the future. It has an unforeseen potential. And we're the only provider in your town right now that is providing you fiber optics directly to your house. And fiber optics will meet your needs today and also meet them tomorrow. Okay. So what is fiber optics? Well, I got a little bit of fiber optics right in front of me. And if you can believe it, it's all in there. If you can take a look at your coax at the side of your house or any of your phone providers, does it look that size? No, not at all. Basically, it is almost the size of a human hair once you get it exposed through the actual buffer tubes. So what is fiber optics, as I got sidetracked here? Basically, it's sending light signatures in between 2 pieces of equipment. And then from there, optical equipment then converts that information into, say, watching a TV channel, surfing the internet, or having a phone conversation. So how does it all start out? Well, basically it starts out as a preform. They take 2 pieces of glass and then they basically fuse them together. Then they use gravity to basically use the preform and drag it out. And then from there, you get fiber optics the size of a human hair. 250 microns, it's incredible. So why does fiber matter? Well, very simple. We're leading the way in telecommunications in your area, and to bring you guys basically the next generation of telecommunications and infrastructure that's going to last the next 100 years for you. It will meet your needs today and also tomorrow. So basically our service delivery is obviously through our fiber optic plant. There's 2 different types of fiber optic plant, and it's important to know what those 2 differences are. There's the one plant which is called active Ethernet, which basically means that you have a dedicated fiber. That fiber that comes to your house is also dedicated all the way to the central office. And that's what we call active Ethernet. Active Ethernet makes sure that basically you have no slowdowns. It's a constant speed for you. The other way of doing fiber optics is take one fiber out of, say, this cable, then they can split it 64 different ways. And those 64 customers are now sharing that internet or that bandwidth capability. So, for instance, I got a little sample here of a fiber splitter. Can you imagine spending all that money for fiber optics and then you're still sharing that internet connection? Well, Wightman, you don't have to. Everything is dedicated directly out into the network. So now that we've basically understood a little bit about our what is fiber optics. From there, we can move into the construction phase. So after you sign up for our service, basically a previewer is going to come out to your home. And that previewer is going to take a look at basically where's the best location for Wightman to bring their fiber optic service in to basically not disrupt the house itself. So we're going to take a look basically where we can put our fiber optic equipment, where we can hook up your internet, your TVs, and your phones. From there, they're going to put a little flag on the side of your house. Just make sure you don't touch that flag. And basically, that's where our contractor is going to bring up the conduit to your house. So after the preview is complete, then from there, we're going to issue it for construction. And before we can do any construction, we got to order locates. So hydro, gas, other telecommunications providers that are out there, sewer, water, etc. One thing to always remember is once those locates are starting to be completed, don't remove the flags. We need the flags out there so that way we can make sure that we don't disrupt anything on your property. So after we've received all those locates, basically, we're out there for construction. We're going to be placing the duct out front of on an easement in front of your property that is city owned. And then after that, we're going to interconnect that with a lovely little piece of pipe here. And that little piece of pipe is going to connect at basically where the sidewalk's located or the curb, and then it's going to be basically plowed in to that white flag. Once the duct is in place, then from there we're going to basically blow in this fiber. Once that fiber is in place, then our splicing crew is going to come out and basically hook it into the network. And this right here that I showed you earlier, this is actually a piece of network fiber. This is 288 fibers, so that can supply up to 288 subscribers. After all those things are completed, you're going to call from our customer service team to tell you that basically we are ready to hook up your services. So like I said, once the drop and everything and all those other pieces are completed, you're going to get a call. From there, you're going to book an installation. Obviously at your convenience. And then from there, the technician will call you ahead, let you know that he's on his way. Then we're going to locate where our fiber drop is located. And where that fiber drop is located, we're going to drill it into your home. Then we're going to place an optical network terminal, which we always nickname things in telecom with three-letter acronyms. ISW, no, this one's called an ONT, Optical Network Terminal. We're going to place this inside your house. From there, the technician's going to take down the fiber optics and create a fusion splice. And that's what I'm going to do for you here today. So basically, to do a fusion splice, a few things need to happen. First, we need fiber, obviously, and we need a patch cord. So then, this patch cord here, I'm going to strip off just the outer buffer tube over top of it. Before we can start fusion splicing, we've got to remove the outer buffer, or the jacket around the fiber. And we also have to remove the plastic film that's over top of it as well. Then, what we're going to do is we're going to place it inside one of these lovely handy-duty clips, just like so. And then we're going to bring over our cleaver. Now our cleaver is a diamond blade cutter, which basically ensures that when the glass is cut, it's cut on a pure 90-degree angle. So here we go. Just going to place it in. And there we go. One side is now completed. Now we're going to do the second side as well. And before we do that, I've got to put my heat shrink on. And what this heat shrink does is basically it protects the area that we've exposed to fusion splice. And once again, got to remove that plastic off there. Grab one of our clips. And now we're ready to fusion splice. So what's going to happen right now is the X and Y axis, they're going to bring that fiber in and make sure it's aligned, it's clean, and it's cut the way that it's supposed to be. So after it's done splicing, it's going to basically give us a reading to say how good is that splice. So a loss of 0.15. And from there, we're going to place the heat shrink over top of the two fibers that were then spliced. Place it into our oven, hit the heat button, and now that heat shrink is going to basically just shrink around the fiber optic cable. And that's how you splice a fiber optic cable.
That's a list of all the TV channels. This is the basic package here.
And now it's completed. And it's extremely hot, so we'll just place it in our little placeholder there. And it'll cool down. Once it's cooled down, then we're ready to wrap it up in our splice tray. Fusion splicing fiber optics is a better way of doing things. And there's other things on the market called mechanical splice connectors and stuff like that. Those things usually tend to have a life expectancy of about 10 to 15 years. We want it to last longer than that. That's why we invest in technology and tools and equipment to make sure that basically we have a direct fuse network from our central office right to the subscriber. So once we have the fusion splicing set up, the technician, he's going to come over to our optical network terminal. He's going to make sure that the light levels are within range. So basically this unit operates and functions the way that it properly should. Then we're gonna, if you're getting phone service, the unit will have a backup battery on it. The backup battery lasts 8 hours. And the thing that you always need to make sure of, if there is ever a power outage, that you do have a corded phone, one that's not plugged into the wall, or a cordless phone, because obviously you wouldn't be able to make calls going out. So for our phone installation, we come directly off of our ONT, and wherever your telephone wiring is, that's basically where we interconnect with all the wiring. So any of the phone jacks that worked yesterday will work today. No change whatsoever. For our internet service, basically we also install a Cat5 line directly off of our ONT to wherever that desired location is within the house. So if you have a desktop computer, we'll want to run a line over to your desktop computer. If you're just using it for wireless, basically we want to make sure that we're placing that wireless router somewhere central within the house, and so that we can make sure that we have equal Wi-Fi distribution between, say, the upper floor, the basement, and the main level, right? So that you can take that device wherever you want within your home. From there, routers are available at $495 a month from Wightman. If you want to purchase them as well, they're available for $149.95. Thanks, Leanne. The great thing about rental equipment is that it gives you peace of mind. So at any time, if there's anything new that's come out, say something with a higher power radio or something else you're trying to do with it, we can swap it for you. Also, since we live in rural settings, we have a lot of power outages or power flickers. Those things tend to hurt electronics over time. So if it ever goes kaput, you just give us a call. You can either pick one up in the store or a technician can be dispatched for you to get that exchanged. Wightman uses the best technology to give Wi-Fi performance to our customers. So when you rent a Wi-Fi router from Wightman, you can guarantee that it is functioning and working the way that it intended to be. We use what we call a SmartRG SR400 router today for our fiber to the home customers. And basically what that means is it has a 3x3 Omni bidirectional antennas, which basically means if I set the modem right here, I'm going to have 360-degree coverage as a complete sphere all the way around. Up, down, left, right, doesn't matter. We're going to have great Wi-Fi coverage. And like I said before, we recommend it be installed on your main level within your house. That way we can get that equal distribution of Wi-Fi signal between floors. So for our TV service, basically our service delivery is pretty much the exact same as our internet delivery service, except that we need to wire it up to your TVs. So directly off of our ONT, we'll wire up a Cat5 line from that location all the way up to the TV, wherever they may be within the home. But you're probably saying, Mike, I got that TV up on that second level floor of my house. Everything's completely drywalled. How are you going to get there? Well, we invest in a lot of tools and equipment that can basically get us up to those locations. You'd be surprised how many times we've gone up through chaseways within a house, gone up through the attics, dropped the lines down. You don't even see them. It's amazing. And yeah, we got some pretty good technicians here as well. The other thing is if we're exhausted and all other possibilities have been exhausted, we do have converters that can go over coax as well. So, total peace of mind. So the services that Wightman offers is obviously our home phone service. We have 10 free calling features, 2 cents long distance anywhere in Canada and the United States. We have this wonderful thing called Wightman One as well. I think it's $4.95 a month. Somebody will have to correct me on that. But basically it's where you can have one number and then from there you can direct it to different things. So if you have, say, a cell phone or whatever, we can get it so that it'd be like press 1 to talk to Dan's cell phone or, you know, talk to the home line, etc. The other one, obviously call, answer, voicemail, and voicemail into email. So if you don't like sitting on the phone listening to your messages and you'd rather sit on your computer or your smartphone, we can do that for you too. Internet, right now in Stratford, we're running a great promotion, 100 megabyte service for 12 months. You can save $27 a month on that. Any speed up to 1 gigabyte per second. So basically, you name the speed, we can reach it. We have static IPs if you need a static IP versus a dynamic IP. And if you need more upload, we can do that for you as well. TV service. So your first set-top box with Wightman is always free, all right? And that is our standard high-def box, which is at $4.95 a month. We have whole home DVR available, which means that if you rent one of Wightman's DVRs, which are $16.95 a month, and the other set-top boxes that are located within your house, you can set recordings and also watch recordings on basically any TV within your home. We have new 4K channels, HD content, on demand, TV everywhere, Crave TV, WWE, games, weather app, really neat. You can hit a button on the remote and from there it'll tell you what the forecast is outside. If you hit another button and the exact same feature, you can get your 5-day forecast. Then, if you're really intense to weather, you can go to the radar app. And from there, if you're a part-time meteorologist like myself, it's perfect. Our DVRs can record up to 1 terabyte of storage. So that's roughly around 800 hours of HD content. You can record 3 shows at once, so you don't have to worry about recording one, watching one. You can record 3 shows with Wightman and still watch a 4th. We have on-screen call display, so if you subscribe to Wightman phone service, landline, and anytime a call comes in, it'll actually appear in the top corner of your screen. We have apps for controlling your DVR as well, so if you forgot to record that show for your wife, which I'm usually notorious for, I can actually set the recording from my phone and it'll record on my DVR at home. It saved me a few times. From there, we have TV packages to meet everyone's needs, whether it be small individual channels or you want a big cluster of channels. We have it all. We have a customized guide as well, which means that we can, basically the size of the guide, we can actually make the lettering bigger or smaller for you, depending on your TV size and basically what you're able to see as well. And from there, we also have our lovely Channel 6, which is our community TV channel, which I'm probably being recorded on. Finally, our technical support is available 24/7, 365 days a year. Well, everybody, thank you very much for your time today. If you have any questions, I'll be roaming around for a little bit. And thank you again for joining us.